Welcome back to the Heart Sutra channel. You know we're diving deep into the Bhagavad Gita today, right?
Oh.
We're looking at chapter 11,
Oh.
the universal form.
This is a big one.
Yeah, you might remember that chapters 9 and 10 were about Krishna. And
Yeah, revealing his divine nature.
exactly.
Like chapter 9.
It was like
getting that VIP pass
yes.
to understanding Krishna's supreme divinity. And chapter 10 just unveiled his majestic presence.
Throughout the universe.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
But chapter 11,
this is where things get
great.
mind-blowing. So picture this.
Yeah.
We're on the battlefield.
Battlefield of Kurukshetra.
Kurukshetra. Arjuna's looking across and he sees
An army.
that includes his own family.
It's overwhelming.
He's completely overwhelmed.
Doubt and sorrow.
I mean,
Yeah.
who wouldn't be?
Absolutely.
And he turns to Krishna and says,
Show me your true form.
yeah, it's a desperate plea.
Desperate.
In this moment of crisis.
Yeah.
And Krishna's always the compassionate guide, right?
Always.
He grants Arjuna divine sight.
He does.
But what Arjuna sees...
This isn't some gentle, comforting vision.
No.
It is the universal form.
It's awe-inspiring.
So awe-inspiring
And terrifying.
that it shakes him.
Through his core.
Shakes the universe to its core.
So what does this actually look like? Can we paint a picture for our listeners? What is this universal form?
Okay. Imagine countless forms within a single body.
Okay.
Many arms,
Many.
bellies, mouths, and eyes.
Okay.
And all of this is expanding without limit.
Limitless.
Arjuna talks about warriors rushing into Krishna's mouths.
Like moths to a flame.
Like moths to a flame. The universe is trembling before this.
I can see why Arjuna's freaking out.
I'd be freaking out.
I would be too.
Yeah.
There's got to be deeper meaning here.
Oh, absolutely.
It's not just this visual spectacle, right?
No, what is it? It's a symbol of the all-encompassing nature of the divine.
So Krishna's saying like, look, I'm not just in the temples.
Exactly.
but
I'm everything.
I'm everything.
I'm the beginning, the middle, and the end.
Yeah.
As Arjuna himself says in this chapter, he says, O Lord of the universe, I see in your universal body many, many forms, bellies, mouths, eyes expanded without limit. There is no end, there is no beginning, and there is no middle to all this.
It's pretty powerful.
It's very powerful.
But it's both beautiful and terrifying.
Oh, wow.
It's awe-inspiring. But it shakes Arjuna to his core.
Right.
Why is that?
It's a good question.
Yeah.
I think the terror comes from realizing how small we are
Yeah.
in the face of this cosmic reality.
Yeah.
It just breaks apart our ego,
Yeah.
our sense of separateness.
Right.
But the beauty lies in recognizing that we're part of this interconnected tapestry.
Of existence.
Yes.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's like standing at the edge of the Grand Canyon. You feel so small,
So tiny.
but connected to something much greater.
Yes.
And I think that's what Krishna's trying to do.
I think so too.
He's trying to help Arjuna see
See beyond his limitation,
Yes.
beyond his individual ego
and experience that interconnectedness.
of every time.
It's like a wake-up call
It is.
that we are not just these isolated individuals.
Struggling against the world.
We're part of something much greater.
Much greater, something divine.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm with you so far. But how does this apply to our modern lives?
Right.
You know, most of us aren't facing a literal battlefield
Right.
like Arjuna.
It's true.
But we do face battles
We do.
in our lives.
Every single day.
We struggle with decisions.
Oh, yeah.
We experience fear.
Fear, doubt,
We're overwhelmed by the world.
constantly.
And in those moments,
Yeah.
remembering this
Remembering the universal form.
can be powerful.
Yes.
It's a reminder that even when things seem impossible,
Yeah.
we are not alone.
You never
There's a force
a force greater.
that's holding everything together.
It's all connected.
I'm starting to see how this chapter is about so much more
It is.
than just a cool vision.
Yes.
It's about understanding our place
in the universe.
in the universe and how to live,
With more peace and purpose.
even in the chaos.
Even in the chaos.
I love that.
Yeah.
I think this is just the beginning
It is.
of our exploration
There's so much more.
of this chapter.
We'll be back.
We'll be right back to delve even deeper.
Deeper into chapter 11. You know, it's interesting how the universal form isn't just about seeing the vastness of the cosmos,
Right.
but it's about recognizing
Yeah.
the divine sport.
Within ourselves.
Yeah, within ourselves.
But how do we actually bridge that gap
That is the question.
between seeing the universal form
Yeah.
and embodying that awareness
Yes.
in our lives?
Right.
Because it's not always easy
No, it's not.
to see the divine spark
Right.
when you're commuting
In traffic.
or doing laundry.
Absolutely.
So where do we even begin? What are some practical steps?
Well, I think it starts with self-awareness,
Okay.
understanding our own,
Our internal landscape?
yes, our thoughts, our emotions,
Okay.
our motivations.
Right.
Krishna says in chapter 18,
Okay.
verse 57,
Uh-huh.
he says, "He who is without attachment, who does not rejoice when he obtains good, nor lament when he obtains evil, is firmly fixed in perfect knowledge."
So it's about
Cultivating that
inner balance
inner balance, equanimity.
Yeah.
So we're not getting swept away.
by the ups and downs
The constant ups and downs of life.
of life. Exactly.
Yeah, and when we can maintain that inner stillness,
Uh-huh.
we're less likely to project our own negativity.
Onto others
Yeah, we can start to see them and
Yeah.
ourselves
Yeah.
with more clarity
and compassion.
and compassion.
So inner work is key.
It is.
Okay. But how does that translate into
Yeah.
our outer world? How do we start seeing
Yeah.
the divine in others?
That's the hard part. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. It's remembering that
Wow.
everyone, even the most challenging people,
Right.
possess that inherent
That spark.
spark of divinity.
It's about looking beyond the surface
Beyond the surface.
and seeing the potential for good.
In everyone.
I like that.
And that shift
Yeah.
in perspective can completely change our relationships.
How so?
It allows us to approach people with more understanding,
Okay.
more forgiveness, and more love.
I'm seeing how this goes way beyond just a mystical vision.
Oh, yeah.
This is a guide for living a compassionate life,
Absolutely.
a fulfilling life.
A more fulfilling life.
Yes.
And it doesn't stop with just other humans.
No,
It
doesn't. Remember that beautiful image
From chapter 10,
from chapter 10
where Krishna says,
where he says, "Of bodies of water, I am the ocean."
he's reminding us.
He is.
He's the very essence
Of the natural world.
of the natural world, so we can connect
We can.
with that divine energy
Yes.
by being in nature. Absolutely, by appreciating the beauty and the interconnectedness of it all.
You mentioned Dharma.
Good.
Krishna emphasizes fulfilling our duty.
Yes, he does.
But how do we even know what our Dharma is?
Oh, I wish it were as easy
Oh,
as
yeah.
like looking it up on a cosmic to-do list.
Is there some list we can just look at?
I wish.
Okay.
But the Gita doesn't give us rules.
Okay.
It gives us principles
Principles, that's
to guide us in finding our own unique path.
So it's more like a compass.
It's like a compass than a
Fearsome.
map,
Exactly.
pointing us to our true north.
To our true north, aligning our actions with the divine will.
But how do we figure that out?
Introspection is key.
Okay.
Look at your talents, your inclinations, your passions. What comes naturally to you? What brings you purpose?
So our Dharma should align with our gifts and our inclinations.
It should, but it's not always about what we enjoy.
Right.
We also have to consider our responsibilities
What are our duties?
to our family, to our community, to the world.
So it's like a balance.
It is between personal fulfillment
Yeah.
and selfless service.
It is a balancing act, for sure.
And that's where things can get tricky.
That's where the hard part is.
Because sometimes our personal desires conflict
They do.
with what we think our duties are.
Yes.
So how do we make those tough choices?
There's no easy answer.
Okay.
But remember, we're not alone on this journey.
We have the Gita
We have the
with
Gita,
Krishna.
and we have Krishna to guide us.
He's the ultimate compass,
He is.
pointing us in the right direction.
That's right.
But it sounds like figuring out our Dharma
Yeah.
is a lifelong process.
It is a lifelong process.
It's constantly being refined.
Constantly refining.
So we've got to stay open
Stay open.
to that guidance.
Yes.
Trusting that we're being led.
To our highest purpose.
This has been amazing.
Yeah.
I'm starting to see how the universal form
Yeah.
isn't just a one-time vision.
No, it's not.
It's a way of life.
It's a way of life.
It's a perspective.
The perspective that we can cultivate and embody in every moment.
This deep dive into chapter 11
Oh, yeah.
has really changed how I think about the divine.
Really?
Yeah, it's so much more than just a concept or
Yeah.
a belief system.
Right.
It feels like a tangible reality now
It is a tangible reality.
that we can experience.
We can.
And the universal form is like a symbol of that.
It is.
It breaks apart our limited perceptions
It does.
and invites us to embrace this cosmic perspective.
Cosmic perspective.
And it's not just about seeing God in this giant form, right?
No.
It's about recognizing the divine essence
Yeah.
in everything,
In everything.
even ourselves.
Even ourselves.
We're not separate
We're not separate.
from this cosmic dance.
We're a part of it.
We're a part of it.
We are.
Which brings us back to surrender.
Surrender.
It's not about giving up who we are
No.
or becoming passive.
No.
It's about aligning our will.
With the divine will.
Yeah, recognizing that we're part of something bigger.
Much bigger than ourselves.
And that brings peace
It does.
and purpose.
Yes.
That goes beyond anything material.
It really transcends the material.
It's like the peace that Arjuna experiences.
After seeing the universal form.
Yeah.
The peace that comes from knowing that Krishna's got this.
Yeah, but we don't just sit back
No, we don't.
and let life happen.
Right.
Krishna still encourages Arjuna to fight,
To fight the battle.
to fulfill his
No,
duty.
I wonder.
There's a balance
There is.
between surrender
Yeah.
and action. We
Right.
surrender to the divine will.
But we also act
We also act
in accordance with our dharma.
according to our dharma.
Our role in this cosmic play.
I love that.
Yeah.
And that action,
When it's aligned.
when it's aligned with our dharma,
Yes.
it's different.
It's infused with a different energy.
It's not about ego
No.
or personal gain.
Not anymore.
It's about serving something greater.
It is.
It's like we become instruments of the divine.
Beautifully said.
And that's karma yoga, right?
It is.
Acting with detachment.
Letting go of the fruits of our actions.
Offering the fruits of our actions to Krishna.
Yes.
But that detachment thing,
It's hard.
it's tough.
It's really hard.
It's so easy to get caught up
In the results.
in the outcome.
Yeah.
How do we practice that?
Well, remember what Krishna says
Uh-huh.
in chapter 2, verse 47.
Okay.
He says, "You have a right to perform your prescribed duty, but you are not entitled to the fruits of action."
So focus on the process.
On the process, not the product.
Give our best effort
Your best effort
without getting attached
to the results,
to a higher power.
and that frees us
And us
from anxiety
from worry, from anxiety.
and allows us to act with clarity and purpose.
Yes.
We become more
More
present,
present.
less worried about the future.
Less worried about what might happen.
It's like we're letting go of the oars,
Oh, I like that.
letting the divine current guide our boat.
The divine current. We trust that we're being led in the right direction,
Even if we can't see where we're going.
even if we can't see it.
You got it.
This has been incredible.
It has.
I have a whole new understanding
That's the universal form.
of the universal form
Yeah,
and how it applies to my life.
me too.
Before we wrap up, I want to leave our listeners with a question.
Okay.
How might understanding this universal form
Yeah.
influence how you approach your daily life?
Your relationships, your challenges.
Everything.
It's a big question.
It is a big question.
But it's worth asking.
It is.
Because when we really grasp
This vastness.
the vastness, the interconnectedness,
Yeah.
it changes how we see ourselves in the world.
And it inspires us,
To act with compassion, with courage, and with purpose.
knowing that we're part of something much greater.
Much greater than ourselves.
And that's the beauty of the Bhagavad Gita.
It is.
It's not just some old text.
No,
It's a living wisdom.
a living wisdom that can guide us towards a more fulfilling life.
If you'd like to explore this more with us,
Yes.
subscribe to the Heart Sutra channel.
We'd love to have you.
We'll be back with more deep dives soon.
We will.
Until next time, may you find peace and clarity
In this ever-changing world.
in this ever-changing world.